Football is full of moments that seem small at the time but end up changing everything. Like when Robert Lewandowski chose to join Borussia Dortmund over Blackburn Rovers due to an erupting volcano in Iceland. That tiny event changed everything, helping Lewandowski win everything in club football. But nothing matches the insane series of events that led to the Messi and Ronaldo era. Back in 2003, when David Beckham left Manchester United for the bright lights of Madrid, it seemed like just another big transfer. But what nobody knew back then was that this single move would set off a chain reaction. It would be the first of a series of events that led to the rise of two young players who would go on to leave their mark on a generation: Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. This is the story of how one decision led to the start of football's greatest rivalry, where every goal and every match kept the world talking for over a decade. And it all started with one moment, one choice that changed it all. So this is how it all started. 16th of February 2003. In the early 2000s, David Beckham's relationship with Sir Alex Ferguson began to deteriorate, and by 2003, Beckham's final year at Manchester United, it became worse than ever before. After an FA Cup defeat to Arsenal in February 2003, everything went haywire. Sir Alex Ferguson claimed that Beckham's work rate had gone down during the 2002-03 season, and his subsequent public criticism of the midfielder's performances resulted in a notorious incident. A kicked boot struck Beckham. This stands as one of the most bizarre and defining moments of the saga of Beckham's protracted departure from Manchester United. By the next transfer window, he was ready to leave the Red Devils, so obviously he became one of the most wanted players in the summer of 2003. Numerous teams wanted to sign him, but the biggest ones were, of course, FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. Beckham chose Madrid because of all the marketing reasons, as he was the most marketable athlete in football at the time, so he joined Madrid for $37 million. This transfer made him one of the most expensive English transfers of all time, and Real became the Hollywood of football, as they succeeded in transforming the club into a brand, including stars like Zidane, Ronaldo Nazario, Raul, Roberto Carlos and Figo. At the same time, Barcelona was struggling without a key player on the right wing, and their target Beckham signed for their arch rivals. The 2002-03 season stands as one of the darkest chapters in Barca's history, with the club enduring one of its poorest performances in 15 years, finishing a dismal 6th place in La Liga and plunging into an era of uncertainty. Barca's 2002-03 season ended in disappointment, as the club failed to secure any titles, making a rare and humbling year without silverware for the Spanish giants. So Barcelona desperately needed some changes. From here, things are about to change forever. With Beckham's move to Real Madrid sending shockwaves through the sport, Barcelona knew they needed a superstar to match the galactic force. Now all eyes turned to Paris. In the heart of the city, they found their answer. His name is Ronaldinho, and a new era was about to begin. And Manchester United, without their right midfielder, was in hot pursuit. He was the Brazilian maestro, one of the most gifted players of his generation, dazzling fans at PSG. Sir Alex Ferguson was a huge admirer of the Brazilian superstar. Man United stood on the cusp of securing his signature. A £19 million deal was on the table, and it seemed that Ronaldinho would don the red of Old Trafford. But fate had other plans. In a dramatic twist, after a whirlwind transfer saga, the 2002 World Cup hero chose Barcelona, sealing a £21 million deal that would change football history forever. Sir Alex Ferguson was determined to bring a new star to Old Trafford, a talent worthy of the United legacy. That season, no matter what the obstacles, he knew the right player was out there waiting to be discovered. United had come close to finding the perfect successor to Beckham, but the deal slipped through their fingers. Fate, however, had other ideas. A pre-season friendly against Sporting Lisbon at the grand opening of the Estadio José Avalade seemed like just another match. As the game unfolded, they didn't just discover a new midfielder, they unearthed a future superstar. On that fateful night, a new legend was born. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo. Just 45 electrifying minutes, Ronaldo's brilliance left Sir Alex stunned. It wasn't simply a performance, it was a revelation. So impressed, Fergie couldn't wait. Right there in the changing rooms with the echoes of the match still lingering, he set out to secure the deal that would change United's future. For a year, United, Arsenal and Liverpool had been circling Ronaldo, each hoping to land the next great star. But in the end it was United who moved the quickest. Just a week after the fateful match, Ronaldo stood in Old Trafford ready to sign for £16 million. The iconic number 7 jersey, once worn by Beckham, was handed to him without hesitation. And alongside World Cup winning Kleberson, the young Portuguese sensation was unveiled to the world, marking the beginning of a brand new era. He spent 6 seasons there, winning trophy after trophy. He won 3 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, 1 Community Shield, 2 League Cups and 1 FA Cup with United. Over 6 unforgettable seasons, Ronaldo became a force of nature, amassing trophies like a man on a mission. Each victory cementing his legacy as one of the game's greats at Manchester United. Meanwhile, in the heart of Porto, a new legend quietly took his first steps onto the grand stage. The setting was the brand new 50,000-seat stadium, with Barcelona as the guests of honour for its grand inauguration. In a 2-0 win for Porto, the crowd cheered, but few, if any, knew they were witnessing the dawn of something extraordinary. That night, history was made, even if the world had yet to realise it. With just 15 minutes on the clock, visiting coach Frank Rijkaard turned to a young prodigy he brought along with the squad. His name was Lionel Messi. The Dutchman decided it was time to see what the teenager could do. In those fleeting 15 minutes, Messi dazzled, showing glimpses of the brilliance that would soon captivate the entire world. He never returned to the academy. From that moment on, he was destined for greatness, spending the rest of the season with Barcelona's B and C teams on the verge of legendary status. In a world where choices shape destinies, if Beckham makes the audacious decision to join Barcelona instead of heading to Madrid, that moment will alter the course of football history. Beckham, with his dazzling skill and pinpoint crosses, claims the right wing, pushing aside emerging talents, and among those is a young Lionel Messi, whose dreams of greatness begin to fade in the shadows of the English superstar. So Messi, who suffers most, is trapped in a world where his talent goes unnoticed. Meanwhile, Manchester United feels the tremors of this unexpected shift. With Beckham gone, Sir Alex Ferguson turns his attention to the charismatic Ronaldinho, lured by his flair and creativity. The Brazilian steps onto the Old Trafford stage, captivating fans, breathing new life into the team. Where Ronaldo would have never joined Manchester United, instead facing the prospect of Arsenal or Liverpool, where his destiny could have shifted entirely. His brilliance fading in the shadows, his talent potentially going unnoticed, and his rise to greatness forever altered. In the grand tapestry of football, this singular decision reverberates, a poignant reminder that one moment can change everything, transforming legends into mere shadows of what could have been. His departure from Manchester United left a void, a space that would soon be filled by a young Portuguese talent named Cristiano Ronaldo. Under Sir Alex Ferguson's mentorship, Ronaldo would blossom into a global superstar, becoming the face of Manchester United's next generation. Meanwhile, in Barcelona, a diminutive Argentine named Lionel Messi was beginning to make his mark. With Beckham in Madrid, the stage was set for Messi to rise, unhindered by the crowded star power he might have faced had Beckham chosen Barca. As the two young talents evolved, so did the rivalry between their clubs, Madrid and Barcelona, turning El Clasico into a battleground for the ages. Year after year, Messi and Ronaldo clashed in epic duels, pushing each other to new heights, rewriting record books and captivating the world. Their personal battle became the centerpiece of the greatest era in football, transcending the sport and solidifying their place in history as eternal rivals. And so, David Beckham's decision to sign for Real Madrid didn't just influence his own career, it sparked the most iconic rivalry in sports, forever changing the course of football history. And that was the story of how Beckham changed football forever.